Joy, how many tornadoes are we gonna? All right.
in this
How many
game?
tornadoes are we gonna see today?
Might run into an air elemental, I guess.
I heard your impression of Vogelsuch, and he doesn't say maybe I'll ask who killed them that much. He might. Maybe you know what? Spot on. It was spot on.
We just have a tape recorder that we press play on. It goes, "Are you the one that killed me?"
So you should put that out by like actual scarecrows.
Yeah, whenever we go see Baba the Saga or whatever,
with the motion detector.
it'll say, "Did you kill me?"
Magic mouth. Just need 100 GP of gold of emerald dust or ruby dust or something. We're good.
Yeah. I thought my impression was spot on.
Pretty good. It's not bad.
No, it's Spotify.
At anchor.fm/elfrogd.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and do the hustle.
Smash that like button.
That's a safety dance.
Appease that algorithm.
You know, that dance wasn't as safe as they said it was.
Not after the incident.
Not since
It's
the great...
only if you don't dance divine.
I can't dance with the divine. They're in pink flamingos.
Well, if you dance if you want to. If you don't want to.
Leave that dance behind.
Let's see. Alright.
Pretty bird.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Macarena.
Another daunting amount of lore for me to remember. But it's not all condensed in one little cave. You have an entire mansion to explore in this one. But last time on Curse of Strahd, that night you plan to infiltrate the werewolf den near Lake Baratok to rescue Isla Kriskoff. Esmeralda tells you that the pack has been more aggressive lately due to an apparent change in leadership. You also learn after leaving Van Richten, her leg was torn off by a werewolf known as the Black Terror, and then she was saved by the Kriskoffs. During the mission to save Isla, you learn the following information. This isn't going to be in order. This is all the stuff you learned. Isla's aunt, Azlika, is married to the pack's former leader, Emil Trensku. After Strahd's awakening, he was nearly killed by Karel Stanovich and taken to Castle Ravenloft. Zlika was in prison for defying him. Kirill now leads the pack with fear and violence. Kirill's wife, Bianca, is fiercely loyal to him, but fears for him and the rest of the pack. Ela was found in the woods earlier, several weeks ago, and taken to the den and locked up. He refuses to eat the human meat left in his cage. He says that his aunt approached him about his werewolf ancestry and convinced him not to drink the wolfsbane potion. Azlika claims this never happened, since she's been imprisoned here for several weeks. You convince Bianca to let the boy go, and you escape the den. You also bargain for the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which is being worn by a statue of Mother Night. Zlika gives you permission to take the holy symbol if you agree to rescue Emil from Castle Ravenloft. So add that to the Castle Ravenloft quest section in your brain. Vio swears an oath to Mother Night to do this, lest the curse take him. Unfortunately now...
Whoa, I missed a lot with that. Oh my god.
Oh, did you listen to the whole thing?
Oh, I listened. Like I said, it was on in the background so I could get the gist of it, and it was also like a week ago. But like, so Bun has now committed to something that will have to do something, or Vio has, lest he be taken by the curse.
Yes.
Yes.
And the
All
curse wasn't that good. It was very bad.
Very bad curse, but very good item if you had a chance to look at it. But unfortunately the pact now has your scent, and Esmeralda suggests not traveling near the den for your own safety. Yeah, so during your long rest, Bun, you do get to attune to the symbol of Ravenkind.
Yep.
You haven't done so yet. It's a very powerful artifact. So we are in the Xon's tower background, but you're actually at a small campsite overlooking the lake. But yeah, let me show you this holy symbol. Oh, where is it? Somewhere.
Website will load. It's freezing.
Dang it, Esmeralda's looking good today.
Esmeralda, yeah, sure. Her feathers are extra poofy. So actually, before you guys wake up, you do see Esmeralda kind of emerge from the woods to your campsite.
Before we wake up?
Before you wake up, with
You say that.
Esmeralda in tow, she says she just couldn't leave her behind. She managed to get a few more things from her carriage. She's like, "Don't worry, I stayed downwind." What, do you take me for a novice?
Have I rejoined the group? Because I know you separated me. Are we all back in togetherness?
If you want to rejoin the group, you could be with Esmeralda. And she goes, "By the way, I found your weird scarecrow friend on the road."
We just had you hang around the guy by the bridge.
Bad news, everyone. I didn't find who killed me yet.
He was talking to a tree, asking if the tree killed him.
I mean, he's getting pretty desperate. He's been asking everyone, and so far it's been no one. I could see how it's probably very frustrating.
We have been attacked by some plants, so maybe.
What if the one who killed me was myself? Quick, somebody give me a mirror. I need to ask a question.
Where's the ghost mirror? Vio, I think you have that. Could you please just hand it over and we'll solve this?
Sure.
Look into the mirror, look back at the dead straw man eyes, glow, and...
Well, remember, when you look into the mirror, it looks vaguely human. It's almost like the scarecrow being overlaid with kind of a human face.
Am I the one who killed me?
Surprisingly, nothing happens.
It just gives you the DreamWorks smirk.
So much for that, and I'll hand the mirror back over.
But Esmeralda, along with she drops Esmeralda on the ground. She kind of flaps her wings and begins picking at the grass. She goes, "I managed to pick up some more things from my carriage, where the werewolves totally overrun the place." And she kind of lays out the things that were in her pack that I mentioned in the Discord. She has 2 potions of greater healing, 6 vials of holy water in a pack, 3 wooden stakes, 12 silvered crossbow bolts, and a scroll of remove curse, and a scroll of mirror image.
Seems pretty good.
I mean, we've barely used potions of healing, let alone greater healing.
Well, it's always good to have around, in case you lose a limb.
Considering we're wanted by a pack of uppity werewolves, it's probably best to have, not to mention everything else in this area that wants to seemingly kill us.
Yes, what is this that I've heard about of all these werewolves that now want to kill you? What did you do?
Well, we broke into their den to try and get somebody out. You know Dimitri and Anna.
Of course.
We
Their
found their son. Yeah.
Hmm.
Who is there in the camp? He is fast asleep.
Did you ask him
On
if
the
he
bed
killed
rolls.
me?
I don't think he could handle even looking at you right now, Vogelsuch. Not so much that you're a bad person or anything. It's just you are a lot to take in, and he seems fairly traumatized.
Ah,
Oh, but don't worry. We did ask him if he killed you, but he said no.
Oh, good. Oh. Insight check.
All right. Versus deception.
9.
Oh my god.
What do you mean deception? You mean persuasion, right?
Sure.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good. Oh, I can always count on you, Vio.
Minerva, something catches your eye amongst the scrolls when Esmeralda is kind of organizing her things. It's something that looks like a blueprint.
Oh, what's here? Is this another scroll? What's this one?
I was in such a
scroll. Go ahead.
I was in such a hurry I didn't know I grabbed it. Saying just a blueprint I picked up on my travels. I think it might have some promise, but some of the components are a little beyond me.
Do you mind if I take a look as she's like pulling it out of the stack?
Well, by all means.
What did I get to see? What is this?
What you see appears to be a blueprint for a type of firearm.
Oh,
Something you're pretty familiar with, but something that's not so common around Barovia and some parts even on the Sword Coast.
Yeah, we only met one person with a firearm.
so because for flavor, I originally had like a crossbow, handheld crossbow, but now I'm using it for my firebolt.
Yeah.
I know it's not technically a firearm, but it kind of is
It
flavor
kind of
wise.
is. You definitely heard about. I mean, they're not unknown on the Sword Coast. They're just a little rare. Very
Yeah.
expensive. It looks like a musket, but it has two barrels on the end.
Oh my goodness. I believe this would be very helpful. I mean, if you pack this part with silver and then you sawed off this section.
Why does it say rip and tear on it?
Well, you see, it's probably very good at both of those things equally. Um, would I be able to perhaps take a look at this and maybe see if I can figure out some of these extra components?
Be my guest. I had a blacksmith look at it in one of the other planes, and he said the design was sound. It's just the structure had to withstand a vast amount of firepower, and then it's what fuels it as well. Have you ever heard of gunpowder?
Can I do a history? I don't know. Would that be history or?
If you know about firearms, you'll know about gunpowder.
Yeah, I am firearms weapons person, so it'd be
Yeah.
like gunpowder, the good old GP. Of course, I know that stuff.
Oh, that's what they call it. I've never heard that before. Saying it's rare enough in his world, let alone Barovia. So
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have seen anything remotely close to it, but it would be like I'm assuming. Could I do a nature check to see if the components of gunpowder would be like in Barovia?
sure, I should have researched gunpowder.
I really don't know anything about it in real life, but I imagine it's like a type of mineral
Yeah.
or like thing like that, so I'm just gonna play it like that. So,
How did Kirk
Well-
defeat the Gorn? What did he have to add together?
It's charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate.
Yeah.
Or saltpeter.
which may or may not exist in Barovia.
Yeah. Of course, we don't have saltpeter here. What do you think this place is?
Shucks. Ah,
Saying, yeah, the components are just not just not widely available where I've traveled, and not to mention expensive. Because if we
Yes.
we had something with enough firepower, as it were, then maybe we can make it work. But, um, just have at it. You think you have time to invent new weaponry on our travels?
Well, I do not sleep very well, apparently, or I can kind of hyperfixate on things. So I think maybe in small chunks I could get something together. Nothing guaranteed, but I do love a good challenge that takes my mind off of despair.
So you have to point this end at who you want to hit?
Yes, it's very similar to a crossbow, Vogelsuch.
Well, but I've seen magic missiles. They don't need to be pointed at the person. What? This just seems like a downgrade.
Well, it's not everyone can use magic, Vogelsuch. Such as, oh, I don't know. I guess everyone here can use magic, so this is a terrible example. But
Can
imagine,
D's use magic?
can who?
D's?
I think
He's like part of he's like he helps me out sometimes.
Does the magic make you all able to communicate, or is it the magic that makes him? All I'm saying is that if he doesn't have the magic, then maybe you should give him the shotgun.
A squirrel with a gun.
Yeah.
the shotgun. Yeah, but imagine being somebody back in Valaki or in the town of Barovia, and they come across a monster of some type. They would be able to generate enough power from this without knowing magic to be able to blow its face off.
It seems unpleasant, but necessary.
But again, we are missing a lot of components, but I do love a challenge.
Irina pipes up and goes, those who take shortcuts to power, doesn't always end up well for them. Just look at my brother. Saying he took that
This is
amber,
true.
he took that amber shard and it overtook him.
Oh, yes, yeah, that would be terrible. Oh, best to not think about it, though.
Yes, as long as you don't build that kind of firearm.
Theo, is that a pune?
A play on words, yes.
Well done. So, just curious, is there an actual mechanic of like making the weapon, or is there like a list of objects I need to like keep an eye out for inventory? Like,
So,
is this a minigame?
realistically, per the rules, you probably don't have the resources or money or time to construct this weaponry. But being an artificer, we can make it work as long as you're clever. So,
Fair.
There's
So,
also one big downside, though.
big downside is you have to figure out how to power it.
okay.
So,
And then, like, mechanically, is there like a role I could do every day, or is it strictly in role play?
I will let you know because I honestly haven't thought about it that much.
It's okay. Like, I'm.
Might be a good time to use the 2024 rules for crafting.
Yeah, I might look into that. I just wanted to give it to you now because this will craft a shotgun, which is a very powerful weapon. So I don't want to give it to you right now. So
Yeah, because that gives me time to actually build the thing instead of like.
yeah, but I will look into that. If I was a good DM, I would have done that already. But
Hey, you're good enough DM to give me the option of a shotgun, so let's just.
so Esmeralda turns to Isla, who is kind of like curled up into a ball as he sleeps, and occasionally his hand scratches at the silver collar. And Esmeralda goes, poor kid.
Oh, that reminds me. We'll probably have to do it once we get further away from here, since it makes a noise. But there's a spell I'd like to try to get that off him.
Her expression kind of changes, and kind of worried expression. He goes, I recognize some of the magic on that collar. It's definitely swamp witch in design. It's gonna have to be some powerful magic in order to open it.
Well, it's meant to open magical locks.
And she says a little more seriously, and if it doesn't work, then I'm afraid it's gonna hurt him too. And with that collar on him, he can't heal.
Ah, good point.
Because that silver is negating his werewolf healing property. Because
Doing-
I'll trust you if you think it will work, but
Well, now that you say that, I've got hesitation.
yeah.
It's not like we've ever tried before, so
Can we okay. I'm gonna say this as a player. Would you be able to inspect the collar to see if it is trapped in such a way where if you try to remove it, it would cause harm?
Yeah, give me a Arcana
Oh.
check.
Oh yeah, like what if I use identify on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do. Well, I have a little bit of magic, so I'll do it at disadvantage, just because.
If you wanted to do that before your rest, because there was plenty of time then too.
3 and 4, so 3 for me. But I'll bring up the idea for VO to maybe take a look.
Okay.
What is keeping the collar on normally? Is it magical? Is it booby trapped? Is it just a piece of metal we could cut apart?
It's an Everlast.
Okay. Read up the description a little bit. So it is a silver collar with
No, I got a 3, Joey, so I'll say that.
well, I'm just saying what it looks like.
Okay.
It's a silver collar with silver thorns on either side. It's penetrating his skin. And like you see every time he like Vio and everyone else, whenever you saw him kind of exert himself escaping, the wounds became bloody and he seemed to be in a lot of pain. There is a single small keyhole on the collar, but it seems to be one solid piece of material.
So perhaps your magic unlock spell could work?
Could.
Is there anything about it that could harm him if you fail to remove it?
May I inspect it?
Sure, yeah.
I have no idea.
10. You're told it's magical, and the only thing that can open it is Corell's key, which he keeps on his person.
Maybe the thing's set to explode if you try to pick the lock. I have no idea. This is the first thing I've ever seen like this.
It's one of the slave collars from Fallout 3.
If that was made by the Swamp Witch, then I recommend leaving it alone.
Would this be that Lasaga person?
Baba Lysaga, however.
We've heard her name off and on. She apparently likes making owls out of silver, too.
Ran into any of those. Yeah, last I heard, she and her disciples are in the ruins of Berez. So steer clear there. If you know it's good. Good for you. Speaking of walking into dangerous places, I believe we have plans to go to Argynvostholt.
Yes, if we are ready.
So first
You're
we
going to
need,
accompany us?
but she says, first we need to take Isla back to his parents. I suggest doing so before sunrise, so we don't draw too much attention to ourselves.
When exactly is sunrise?
Very soon. We should
In
leave soon.
Barovia, where there is eternal twilight.
Good one, but it's still light out. We just don't
All right,
want
so I guess
we just don't want to draw any attention to him. Hide the car best we can.
but I assume it goes from like night to twilight's the brightest that it gets in this area because of all the fog and the nature of the thing. Doesn't actually get daylight.
There's daylight.
Or is it
There's
just, like,
there's this.
gloomy?
I mean, there's literally a sun. It's just eternal
Obscured as
clouds.
it was
Yeah,
by
it's
great
very
cloud.
obscured. Yeah.
We're like England.
Well, like the picture that we've got on screen now, that it's
Yeah.
pretty bright. I know it's just you can't actually see anything in the sky.
Let me use a
Day for night shot, obviously.
picture of Perez, even though it's like kind of snowy. It's just the sky is always gray.
Yeah.
Grude,
Skies are gray.
Grude, if you can roll a d6 for me
You can.
for your wheel and woe.
More like wee
I
and
did the
whoa.
first one. I picked it twice. So 5. It's an odd, which I believe is whoa.
Whoa, yep. You can take a d6, I think, off of enemy rolls.
Yep. Woe is they. Not me.
But to speed it along a little bit, you take Isla back after a couple hours of journey. You take Isla back to Kresk. You reunite him with his parents. Right here. And they are very, very glad to see him. He apologizes over and over and over again what he did. Like, for not taking the Wolfsbane potion. Tells him a story about Dimitri's sister. And Dimitri, it's like, I don't know who you spoke to, but it couldn't have been my sister. What you say is true, that she was being held captive.
Did she? I know she ended up giving us a message to him. Was it to say she misses them, or that?
Yeah, it was.
Good?
Yeah, like to make sure they're well.
She did ask us to wish that you were well, and after her decision for how to live.
His expression kind of turns sad again and goes, oh, hardship she's endured. Never agreed with her choice to join the pack and with Emil, but we'll say it made her happy.
Everyone has their own way of living. Although being chained up in a cave probably isn't the best choice, because it's not. It's not her choice. But we're gonna do our best to help her and maybe even keep an eye out for Emil. Apparently he's at Castle Ravenloft.
Anna turns to Esmeralda and she goes, oh, my dear, I can't thank you enough for rescuing our son. And Esmeralda goes, well, don't thank me. She turns to Minerva, Grude, and Vio, and Irina, saying, they did most of the work. All the smart talk, all the fast talking. She goes, but it is my pleasure. What do you say, Mark?
I didn't do a single thing.
Attaboy,
He
Vogelsuch.
actually just points that out.
Yeah. It's like, we know you didn't, Vogelsuch.
But I would
We
have
know
if
you
I
did.
were
Oh,
there.
we know.
There's a picture of
We're also
there.
level 6, right? Nobody ever leveled up.
Nope.
That's why we need Dustin here to remind us.
I'll let you know. But Isla almost immediately retires to his room. Kyla, young daughter, you do see just watching him, her normal expressionless, almost unblinking. You notice that he is averting his gaze. He goes to his room.
Afterwards, Vio is going to pull the Baron aside, arm over the shoulder, kind of lean in. Now, just to know, just so you know, Isla is very happy that, even though he managed to escape and break free, that he did not harm anybody. Right?
He has a troubled look on his face, and he says it's obviously out of Kyla's earshot. He goes, "I think it would be wrong to lie to the boy. He must know that his situation is very dangerous."
Yes, but how do you think he's going to react in this mindset right now if he finds out that he harmed his sister? Maybe save that little knowledge for later, once he's learned to control it.
You kind of got the impression that deep down he might know, but he's hoping he didn't hurt. Well, he does know about his sister, but he's afraid he hurt
I did
somebody.
give him a very good persuasion roll, though.
Yeah.
To help with the denial.
Yes. It's very good when going through trauma. Save for that for later.
Anna goes, "Dimitri, dear, perhaps it's best to let him recover. And, let him recover, and I agree with you. He eventually needs to be made aware about how dangerous he is without the Wolfsbane, but perhaps now is not the time. Let's just..." And her eyes kind of lower. She goes, "Let's enjoy the time we can with our son." She puts her hand over his. "I want you to spend as much time with him as you can with him as possible. We'll keep what happened to Kala secret for now. But come the next full moon." He says, "You must drink the Wolfbane potion again."
That would probably be best, yes. But he has at least seen what happens when he doesn't.
Vogelsuch, Kyla kind of comes over to you, pulls out your robes. Goes, "Mr. Vogel, I've been looking for who killed you, but I haven't found anyone yet. I'll keep looking."
Well, I thank you for your diligent efforts. You are precious. Kind
Don't
of does like a
forget-
weird, awkward, pat on the head with like his full palm.
She's also obviously making a much better effort than any of us are.
We just make fun of him every time.
That's right. I forgot we had that little moment 2
Yeah.
weeks back.
I get this feeling that nobody gets to see it, but whenever he talks to her, his eyes turn blue or something.
Kind of dims a little bit.
Sweet child. But yes, I hope to one day find who killed me. And if I do, I'll be sure to tell you that he's been found.
I'm going to ask the old lady with the cow next. I have a suspicion.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
probably not.
I'm going to assume that Vogelsuch has asked that already of her at some point,
Yeah,
but
probably.
doesn't say anything. It's like, yes, what would I do without you?
But did you ask the cow?
Oh God. Quick, I need to speak with animals and probably to be safe, speak with plants.
Grude, come with me.
Just to be safe.
All right, yeah, what are we doing?
Oh, by the way, Sam, did you take that summon beast spell?
Oh, shoot. No, I did not.
If you want, the option is
It
there
seems
now.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's called summon beast. Hold on.
That's nice, sure.
It's
You're
the
just
one.
gonna become a squirrel girl.
Yep, summon beast. Got it.
Okay. Level.
It's level 2.
It's only
Second
level
level?
2, but you needed that acorn.
Yeah, the golden one from D stole.
Oh.
Jerk.
Yeah, you see him on the dinner table, kind of. He has it in his little hands. And Esmeralda has her eyes squint. Like points to him, points to her eyes, like, I see you, you little thief. D's like hides behind his back, like, eh?
Me? Yeah, something. Yeah.
Esmeralda says to the Kreskoffs, and says, I have a huge favor to ask you. And Anna's like, anything. Oh, we owe you so much. And she plops down Esmeralda on the table.
Oh,
Says, I need you to watch Esmeralda. And promise not to eat her. She lets out a little laugh. It's like, well, of course. And she starts listing off like all the ways to take care of her. Now, just remember to feed her at 6, 3, and 9. Only the best to feed. Make sure to prim her feathers every morning, and she enjoys a light music when she goes to sleep. She's like, don't worry, dear. I've raised 2 children.
I think I know how to raise a chicken or two.
Was it 2 children or 3 children?
Oh,
That's the kind of question that you don't want somebody raising more children asking.
I forget if they had an older kid who died, but I don't think they did.
Part of me thinks that was a thing, or if that was the kid who died who came back.
Yeah, I think they changed that in the Reloaded thing. Anyway. Esmeralda goes, by the way, straw man, what kind of weapon are you?
Weapon?
What kind of weapon you hiding there?
I summon the silvered scythe.
Because silver, very nice, and I'm guessing the way that materialized into thin air, that it's magical in some way.
Yeah, my packed weapon. Yes.
I don't want to know what kind of deal you made. Be able to do that. She says, well, the good news is we're pretty well suited to be fighting spirits. At least the ones with weapons. With
That's good
martial
news.
weapons. She points to you, Minerva, and to Vio. And I guess you have 2 Vogelsuch and Grude, I guess all of you, saying, if you plan on using any magic against these spirits, it may prove to be ineffective.
Oh, well, I guess we'll keep that in mind, and we'll hold on to a normal weapon or 2.
Well, luckily you have the amazing Esmeralda de Ver at your disposal. And I happen to know the secret of fighting Ghost.
Do we throw you at them?
Because I don't recommend that. Unless I'm holding, and she pulls out her rapier. Says, unless I'm holding this, of course. She goes, no. While on the material plane, ghost can't be hurt by much. Saying, unless you have a bit of where they came from, be the ethereal plane.
Been there.
But how does one get something from the material plane?
I assume not from a gift shop of some sort.
He goes, you have to be it has to be something that can cross in between. Now where we're heading, where the spirits tend to converge, means the veil between here and the plane ethereals adds weakness. So that means creatures have an easier time traversing between them. And wherever you find spirits, you're going to find phase spiders. At least a few of them hanging around.
I'm sorry, did you say face spiders?
Phase spiders.
These spiders.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Think of them as ghost spiders.
They can basically, mechanically, they jump between the material plane and the ethereal plane and back to hunt, I think.
Yeah, they can use the blink spell at will, essentially.
Yeah.
So like those jumping spiders, but it's got an extra dimensional section on it.
Yep.
And if you can get a hand on some of their venom, coat that focus with that venom. It should make your spells potent enough to damage spirits. And if things come to it, you can also do the same to your weapons. If you drop them down a mountain or whatever.
Right. So we find them in the same location as the ghosts that we need the spiders to hurt.
You got it. Say once the face spiders are on the material plane, they're not spirits, so you'll be able to harm them.
But they're normal spiders? Spiders that are hard to kill?
I'll be honest, I hate spiders. So I hope not, but if you want to attack spirits. He goes, holy water works in a pinch too. But only for weaponry.
I think we do have a little bit of that, but
I might have used the last of it at some point.
oh, that's right, we threw it in the
Yeah.
face of the ghost.
If we had a cleric, they could make one.
Well, we could always never go back to that abb and ask him, but
That's true.
She says to you, I want to deal with him too. Saying, once you're in Castle Ravenloft, if you have the opportunity, gain some information about the catacombs. That would be useful.
We have got such a long list of things to do there.
And we're not even heading there next.
I think we've got 2 days left before the party.
2 or
Maybe
3.
just one.
2 or
Yeah.
3, yeah. You'll probably have some downtime before you actually have to go. She goes,
All preventing him from seeing what we're doing.
but Esmeralda goes, and I'll uphold my end of the bargain. You help me rescue Isla. Saying, I'll help you kill the Lord of Vampires. So, the great monster hunter, Esmeralda de Aver, at your service. She gives a very over-exaggerated bow.
Vogelsuch bows right back.
You don't have to do that.
He continues. He actually just doesn't get back up.
Okay.
just kind of freezes. Well, that's something. It is definitely a big feeling when you say it out loud like that. Minerva's gonna check on Irina how she feels about having those words uttered in her presence.
I'm actually feeling kind of good about it. Terrified, but, still terrified.
Same. I feel very similar. If we could, when we can, I think it'll do this world a whole heck of a lot of good.
Might do us well to start asking about the weapon that's destined to kill Strahd we heard in Madame Ava's prophecy.
And we read about it in his
if it's-
own
Oh yeah,
journal.
that's right, yeah.
What if it's the shotgun?
Sun sword.
What if we put the sword in the shotgun?
Just roll up to Strahd and be like, dodge this.
Wooden stakes. Yeah, Esmeralda goes like, "Oh, what if it's like I made a wooden stake automatic firing crossbow bolt once. Works for some vampires, not others, and they tend to break.
I also feel like it's very hard getting the wood going fast enough and making sure it hits the right angle. There's just too many variables.
Yeah, it's the type of wood. So she takes out her wooden stakes. See, if you get something too soft, you can't penetrate the skin.
Oh, I know, it's a huge problem, but maybe we could silver tip them. But then they'd be too front heavy. Like, there's just so many things.
Have you
Hollow out
killed
the
vampires
silver tip.
before?
Did we kill Doru?
I guess you did, yeah.
We have killed one vampire who we may, looking back and thinking about it, may have been able to save. But going forward, we will,
Big learning experience for all of us.
Yeah.
at Doru's expense and his father's, he's locked himself away.
Esmeralda kind of raises an eyebrow, and Irina goes, Doru was still a spawn. Still a young vampire. If he was any stronger. But Esmeralda nods. Too bad he didn't have a wooden stake. Just saying.
Well, we can make ourselves a wooden stake. Look at all these wooden buildings.
Now, if we can
around.
only
Just take
fight...
some-
Sorry, go ahead.
Just take some wood from one of these buildings, and make a stake.
Now,
So, Vogelsuch, you can't take other people's things and turn them into stakes, okay?
Why not?
Because it's stealing and damaging property. How would you feel if somebody took your scythe and cut the handle off to make a stake? Not very
Oh,
good.
I would just summon it again and it would come right back to me.
Most
Here,
things don't work like
Try
that,
it.
Vogelsuch.
Take my scythe and see what happens. Go on, take it.
Alright, so I'm gonna take a scythe and I'm gonna be like, alright, and here you go, and I'm gonna give him my, I think I have, just like some tools.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, we'll trade, I'll give you my, I think I have like a wood crafter's tool. Yeah, tinker's tool.
Take that.
Alright, and then I'm like, alright, so, and then I don't know how I'm gonna break it or whatever. Like,
Well,
I'm
before
gonna
you do anything else while you're looking at it, I just summon it right back to my hand out of your hand.
Alright, and then, I'm gonna ask,
That's how you get one pair of woodworking tools for free as I put my scythe away.
alright, well, but you get my point that nobody else, most things aren't like that. Like, I just lost my tools, Vogelsuch.
Toss them back to you.
I catch them very unabusedly.
did you make the tools your packed weapon? Is that what happened?
No, I don't. It was just to show that most people's things get broken.
Sorry, I was
But
looking at the
then-
book, so I was like...
And then catching up that Vogelsuch knew the whole time, but he's been trying to joke. But too dryly.
As you're doing that, Esmeralda is kind of talking to herself. If only we can fight Strahd in daylight, in moving water. She's counting on her fingers. In a home that he wasn't invited to, surrounded by wooden stakes, and just on a Monday, because Mondays suck.
Mondays, are we right?
Whatever they call it in
Blah, we got a
Barovia.
case of the Mondays. Blah.
Whatever they call it in Barovia, Morn days, or whatever.
Morning days.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you've been around Barovia a lot, right, Esmeralda?
Not for a couple years, but I've been around,
Well,
yes.
have you ever seen any amber doors?
She thinks for a moment and goes, I don't believe so. Amber. I've heard of the Amber Temple.
That
Somewhere,
sounds promising.
somewhere on the. I forgot the name of the mountain, but it's the mountains to the south.
Of course.
Saying it's not very well known, but if you have my type of connections, saying
No, that makes sense because anytime those are brought up, the word danger is involved, and so of course that's where we probably need to go at some point.
the heard something called Amber Temple and Mount Agakis to the south. I believe Van Richten mentioned it. Whatever's there is not good. But let me guess, you want to go there.
Vio's checking the map. Ah, yes, on the other side of Berez. Nice, thank you. No, but Madame Ava suggested it at some point.
I, for one, think we should pay a visit to a place I've been wanting to go for a while.
Yes, that is. We are finally going.
We're off to
Disney
see-
World Barovia.
We're off to see the wizards. The wonderful wizard of Argynvostholt.
No, we already saw the Wizards of something.
No, those were the not wizards. Dang it. The
Of wine.
druids.
Wizard
The
of Wines,
druids.
yeah.
Oh, wines. Okay, yeah.
Irina also reminds you, saying, Kevin did say we should visit the mountain folk on the mountain. See if we
Where
can.
else would you visit them?
We should learn how to sever the Strahd's tie to the land.
Oh yes, but suggested that we get something from Strahd's basement first.
Should be no problem.
I feel like we're going to be having quite some time being polite guests, not being rude, and ransacking his castle.
What's the best thing to do in a castle but check out everything?
I guess I can feign possible interest in all of the exquisite architecture and engineering that went to the building.
What if he has saltpeter somewhere hidden?
Maybe. That would be exciting, wouldn't it?
Yes. No
Seems
way
to
to
have
tell
everything else there.
until you ransack the castle.
So, a dirt path branches off from the old Sandwich Road here, winding its way south up a craggy mountain spur. The earth of the path is hard packed. Its color is a pallid gray-brown, reminiscent of cold ashes. The trees on either side stand silent and stoic, their leaves a faded green. As the path winds upwards, it's eventually replaced by deep shadows of the mountain's forested incline, vanishing into the gloom of the woods beyond. So kind of entering a wooded area again. Esmeralda says, what business do you have in Argynvostholt anyway? The Vogelman.
I may have originated from here. Or was it that I heard that there were like more of me from here? It's been a while since we keep sidetracking.
You have that symbol of like
Right.
like a paladin group or something, and that's where they're from.
The pendant of the silver dragon.
Yeah.
It's always cold to the touch.
Says, have you encountered any of the revenants wandering
Seen
the roads?
a few on the bridges. Talked to one or two of them.
Saying they weren't there the last time I visited.
When was that?
It's pay 2 years ago. Pay attention. But as far as I knew, they stayed sequestered in their mansion in Argynvostholt. I've never been there personally.
Well, it's your lucky day then.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Don't worry.
I don't get the reference, Bun.
What'd Bun say?
I put an image in the chat.
I'll explain in text.
Yeah.
Irina goes, the ones we did encounter said if we opposed Strahd von Zarovich, we should meet one of their leaders at Argynvostholt, a Godfrey William. I think even beyond Vogelsuch's desire to learn his origins, it would be beneficial for us to visit.
Anything that could both help our quests and sate my interest in, well, my origins. It's a win-win.
As you're speaking, something stirs amidst the tree line, and a figure clad in rusted armor steps forth from the underbrush. And he is blocking your path on the road.
Good morrow, kind knight.
And you can tell this is one of the resembles one of the revenants that you've seen around Barovia.
I'm gonna take out my pennant and flash it.
He
Any
looks
reaction?
at it long and hard, then looks back at you and goes, "Are you a member of the Order of the Silver Dragon?"
I believe I am. As why else would I have this pennant with me at all times?
He goes, "Are you bound to our oath? Why do you walk freely with these visitors?"
That
Hello.
I do not know entirely. I was hoping to find some of that out visiting here.
Do you oppose Zarovich's reign?
We do.
As you say that, Vogel, you feel a tingling around your arms, and just the faintest, like this almost ghostly black thorn vine begins to wrap around your arm. And just as immediately as it appears, it kind of goes back in, almost like a tape dispenser. To my knowledge,
God, are we crossing over? Are we crossing over to Phil's game? Is the Turtle King hitting me too?
so this might have been the first time that you've openly said that you're enemies of him, from what I understand.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Your answers have been extremely vague so far, to the
Yeah.
point of almost saying yes or no.
Yeah.
He goes, "The curse does not take hold on you."
I suppose it doesn't.
He goes, "My brother, you should go to Argynvostholt and seek out Godfrey William, Commander."
I believe that was our intent and goal. May we pass?
I was never meant to impede your progress. I only wish to know if your enemy is my enemy.
Is the answer satisfactory?
Of course, I believe so.
Then we shall be on our way to Argynvostholt. I'll just
Finally.
sidestep him and walk. Yeah, sidestep him and start walking towards Argynvostholt.
Saying you can... He's not a commander, sorry. He's just, not sure about his rank, but he is Sir Godfrey Gilwyn. William. So,
Gilbert Gottfried?
Eh?
I wish I could do the voice.
Yeah.
No one can do the voice properly.
No one.
Without ripping out their own vocal cords.
Saying, you can find him in the Chapel of Mourning on the eastern side of the first floor.
Chapel of the Morning on the eastern side, on the first floor.
He goes, but beware the restless spirits. Not all who died there are at peace.
I don't know how you're matching up what you're saying with the background music perfectly.
Oh, he planned it all
It's
out.
like, where? Yeah, we'll continue. That's it.
Okay.
Well, Vogelsuch, you got a little bit more information than you had about 5 minutes ago. How do you feel?
Did you see that thorn in my arm?
Have
Yeah,
you
what
ever
was
seen
it?
that before?
I have not.
Was it visible to us, or
It
if
was.
it was just
It was.
okay?
It was.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
You know, like Kratos, how he had the change around his wrist.
Yeah.
It was almost like that, but it was thorns. But it only lasted just for the briefest of moments. The Revenant, before he lets you pass, he does say, the spirits that haunt the place, they relive their dying moments over and over, and they no longer recognize friend from foe.
That doesn't sound good.
There may be a way to deceive them. He kind of gestures at his armor. He goes, if you acquire some vestments, and he mentions there's a small island on the Luna River, a mass grave of knights of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Then
So we have to go all the way to the river to pick up some costumes before we can
Go all the way
finally
back.
go to Argynvostholt.
Yeah, saying, if you wish to avoid confrontation, it may be wise. And I, as a member of the Order, grant you permission to desecrate the graves.
Well, I would like to get there as fast as possible. There is always a benefit to safety.
Esmeralda says to you, I think we're well prepared. But if you want to avoid a fight, might be worth the detour.
I wish not to fight these things. I wish to find information, so the more diplomatic, the better.
Says
So I'm all for that.
if we don't need to fight them, then we don't need to fight spiders.
Well, that's true, I guess.
She pulls out a map. He goes, okay, so let's see here. We just walk right past Argynvostholt to the river and then walk all the way back. Great. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. Look, I can see it there. Look, we're seeing all the road signs. Hey, turn right here.
Yeah.
Next exit, McDonald's, McFlurbles, and Argynvostholt.
You do get a look, though. of Argynvostholt in the distance. It's a large 2-story manor in the clearing in the forest, or atop a hill. Let me show you some artwork.
It really is the house on the haunted hill. Joey, why would you show this to me if we're just walking by it? Why would you tease me like this?
And just like that, it's gone. How cool it is! It's like
Never to
you're...
be seen again.
Oops, it's not right through here. It's like
now we're done with the game.
yeah, it's like you're driving past Disneyland. But if you want to continue to the grave, you can.
We shall.
I agree.
Not a requirement.
We're doing it, Joey. It's too late.
Yeah. Side quest pops up. By the way,
We keep listening to people, and more side quests show up in our lists. We've got to do them now.
oh, before you go,
in order.
could you kill 5 boars
I
and give
killed
me
them.
their tusk?
I chopped
I
them in
can't do anything with them, but I'd really like to have them.
Remember, not every or 3 boar hearts. Remember, not every boar has a heart, so it may take a while.
Yeah. It's at a random chance, but the percentage is about 0.5 to 1% chance.
And for some reason, each one of them carries 9 gold with them.
Where is the icon? Map? Where are you, map? There you are.
I'm a map. I'm a map. I'm a map.
So you walk about a tantalizing tease of Argynvostholt. You walk about another hour to the shores of the Lunar River. I know it says the Raven River here, but let's change it. Here we go. All these rivers look the same, have the same bridge.
Same architect that made them, probably.
I mean, one design works. Why keep redesigning it?
Besides, matte paintings are expensive.
Okay, we crossed the bridge.
So, there's not necessarily a bridge here, but this is the only picture of a river I have.
Cross a river.
Let's see here. Leaving the crossroads behind, you set a southern course alongside the Lunar River. It's not long, however, before a low-lying fog bank swallows up the path, leaving no sign of the river but the muffled echo of its drifting currents. The canopy of the savage woods looms oppressively on either side, each tree a gnarled ghost that whispers amidst the fog. Ahead, a strange, misshapen shadow lies unmoving across the road.
I can feel it in the air. We're close.
Oh, morning, Lord.
The fog pulls away from the shadow, revealing the broken and shattered corpse of an enormous wolf, easily 6 feet at the shoulder. The wolf's side bears several large puncture wounds, and its head and shoulders appear to have been crushed beneath an incredible weight.
Oh.
What do you think fell on him?
Well, I hope whatever it is, I hope it's God.
Give me
Perhaps a giant.
Give me either intelligence or nature. I want to examine it.
I'll do that.
I will. This is Minerva. Intelligence or...
Nature, which is an intelligent modifier, so 16 for Vogel.
Root time.
Knock it out of the park, Grude.
Go, Professor Grude. The professor knows all.
23. You notice that these are These are elk horn puncture wounds, but they are enormous. And
That's a
the
big elf.
and there's like enormous hoof marks on the chest.
Biggest giant elk I may have ever. Well, technically, I haven't seen it yet, but like,
Didn't
yeah.
we see one of those outside the werewolf den?
If that was just a
Oh, and
regular, well, that was just a regular size elk.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this is like 5 times bigger or something like that.
yeah, this is pretty big.
Perhaps the wolf was shrunken down by magic and then killed, and as its corpse returned to normal size, its wounds looked mere.
That's quite the multi-step process, but I can't rule it out.
Sure as possible.
Several. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Esmeralda goes, even if it is an elk, be on your guard. As you continue on, several minutes pass before the forest edge pulls away, and the river's current quiets to a gentle lapping of distant waves. The path continues south of here, away from the water's edge. A few feet ahead, a trail of dark blood vanishes into the eastern fog, heading toward the shore, which is where you're heading to.
Let's continue.
I guess we'll keep going. Keep an eye on that.
Looking for a graveyard, right?
Yeah. You start on the map, it's like,
Little island in the middle of a river. So
yeah, it's like a wide part of the river. Which I honestly didn't know was on the map, but that's obviously where he got the idea where it's located. The blood leads to a small peninsula that juts out into the water. The lake's gray waves lapping softly against its shores. In the distance, the shadow of a forlorn island stands amidst the fog, the silhouettes of tall trees jutting up from the surface like needles. A mossy stone slab stands near the edge of the peninsula, just under 6 feet in height. It rests on an old, cracked stone circle, and seems to bear some sort of carving. A raven sits perched atop the slab, its heads bowing in silent vigil. Beside it, lying sprawled along the peninsula, with its rear body half submerged into the lake, is an enormous elk, easily 12 feet tall at the shoulder. Its coat is matted with mud and blood, and its right eye has been torn from the socket, leaving a dark crimson void behind. The elk's hind right leg, the one closest to the water, is a horrifying sight. Cuts the width of a human fist have sliced the muscle from the haunches to the thigh, exposing the bone in places where the flesh has been torn away. The flesh around the wound is tinged with sickly shades of black and green, leaking a slow drip of pus and blood into the water below. The elk's chest rises and falls with shallow, labored breaths, and its remaining eye staring blankly into the mist. Above it, the raven croaks softly, the somber sound echoing through the blanket of fog.
Poor animal. Grude, can you talk to it?
Yeah. One second. I'm gonna cast.
Elk to surpass Metal Gear.
Where? Oh, we use the. Wasn't it something special? Because that's not actually my.
You can, if
Yeah,
you
use
like,
something
you can use a wild shape surge to cast
Yeah, that's what.
speak with animals.
Because I was like, how come I can't? And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's something special. I will do one of those. Here we go. Done my wild shapes. Hey there. Are you okay? Are you awake?
You don't hear anything but labored breathing.
Can I do like a heal? I guess yeah, medical like a thing.
You can do
Roll.
you can do a nature check.
Okay, will do.
Yeah,
Only two. Yeah.
this elk has been mortally wounded. And you can tell it is not long for this world.
Quick healing before a cutscene happens, where for some reason healing abilities don't work.
Happens with Ares.
But
Yeah.
Grude, you hear a voice that says, this noble creature wounds far too dire. And you realize it's the Raven speaking. He goes, I am here to stand vigil and protect it as it's passing.
Well, it's very cool of you to do that.
But the rest of you just hear Raven squawks.
And Grude's just going caw, caw, caw,
Yeah.
caw.
After doing some elk bleeding.
It is the last of its kind here in Barovia. And I, Tyrell, Tyrell, will see to its passing.
It's very kind of you. It's yeah, it sucks. You know, sometimes this just happens. There's nothing you can do. It's how the world turns.
As you're speaking to the Raven, from the river to the east, a short distance from the water's edge, approaches the hazy silhouette of a humanoid figure astride a bestial shadow as tall as a horse, both obscured beneath the thick, swirling fog. You hear the soft splashing of water and a distant resonant rumble.
Is that the person that mortally wounded him? Troll, did you see who did it? How it happened?
His eyes are now kind of focused in the direction of the noise, and he goes, I did not witness
Okay.
what happened. The fog parts faintly, and a woman cloaked in mud-splattered robes emerges from its depths. She wears a tattered shawl across her shoulders, a pair of red stones upon her ears, and a carved wooden talisman around her neck. A reed-woven basket sits nestled in the crook of her left arm, covered with a coarse, earth-stained rag. Her right hand, clad in old, crinkled leather glove, holds a rusted, wicked-looking knife. The woman rides an enormous direwolf, but not a living one. The beast's flesh has begun to rot, its side pierced with a gaping, bloody wounds, and some of the meat has been stripped away from its front leg, revealing the white bone underneath. From its perch atop the stone slab, the raven emits a rumbling, guttural croak, its feathers bristling, as the undead wolf steps forward. The woman... Not artwork exactly what she looks like, but I have a token here. She says, I thought this one's wounds looked like dire elk's antlers. The woman muses, peering over the wolf's ears towards the elk. This has been a lucky day indeed. And you can tell that she is atop the corpse of the wolf.
The one we saw earlier?
That one he passed by earlier.
Ah, she works fast.
It's been a bit, but yeah, it's been pretty fast.
So like
Does
all
she-
of us see that it's not just Grude.
Oh yeah, everyone sees her emerge.
No, it's just Grude. Because Grude, wake up. Wake up, you're dreaming.
I was like, well, like, if she's going to use the whole animal, it's kind of okay. Like,
I
I don't,
given what she's riding, something
I know.
tells me it's not for good reasons. I don't think she intends to eat it.
oh. I don't get how the mechanics of the muscles not being on the limb still lets it walk. Anyways,
Grude, when you heard the raven, when the raven cawed, you heard the word witch.
oh, that changes things.
She goes, there I was picking mandrake roots nearby. I happened across the wolf corpse, killed by a dire elk. Imagine the ingredients I can obtain from such a rare creature. He goes, there. I should have made a list. Antlers, the heart, and of course the liver.
Is this your doing, I take?
She pats the side of the wolf. Says, I imagine it was my little friends here.
Hmm.
But it's not his lucky day, was it?
I suppose not.
She dismounts the wolf and begins walking towards you. Towards the elk. She has her knife in hand.
I don't think it's that cool that she's gonna take all of the insides and some of the outsides.
It's still alive.
She goes, step aside, step aside.
Let
But-
it pass.
I'm gonna stop. Like, group's gonna just kind of like be annoyed. Like, hey, like, I don't know. It's kind of not cool to like take people's stuff and then use them.
The raven, by the way, is acting frantic. Its wings are flying over
Very
the
much
place.
like, don't let her near this thing type of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Well, I'm gonna pick the bird side.
Of course. Saying I'm merely checking for I'm merely checking for a pulse.
What a knife? No.
I'm afraid this is
The ingredients
already been claimed.
The ingredients are more potent if they're alive as I remove them.
Oh, absolutely not. So yeah,
The
Groot's just gonna, like,
the beast is already nearly dead.
but not entirely.
He's beyond.
cool.
He looks beyond saving, and
Well, let him die in peace, right? Like, that's kind of what you do.
her organs will make excellent ingredients for Baba Lasaga's potions.
Oh my goodness.
And once I provide her with ingredients of body parts of such a rare and majestic creature, then surely I'll earn favor.
You know Babula Saga? Like, trying to change the subject.
Yes, my teacher.
Oh, is she, like, in this area? She seems really... I'm kind of, like, into this stuff. Kind of not different, myself.
Oh, she rarely leaves her home. As mobile as it is.
I get that. It's tough out there.
All alone in Berez.
I didn't expect her to live in a mobile home.
That's the one thing I expected.
I get it.
But look at it. It could be hours before it passes. Just let me take it out of its misery.
A hunter usually does not go and steal others' kills. You just wandered here. We've already staked a claim.
What use do you have of this
It might be
Yes.
full of saltpeter, but we won't know until it's dead.
salt? What?
Maybe we want ingredients too.
Yeah, saltpeter.
And it's more valuable for us if it dies naturally.
She goes like, could be persuaded to leave this magnificent creature alone if you offer me something in return.
You're asking us to offer you something to not steal?
She kind of winks. Saying, convince me.
Well, how of this? Where there's one of these, there could certainly be another. And I would imagine that killing the mate of one would anger the other.
By the way, the undead direwolf is in like an aggressive stance behind her. Saying, I've heard there weren't many left. This might be the last one.
Joey, I'm gonna once she starts her attention on somebody else, I'm gonna start casting a spell that takes a minute.
Okay.
When she's not looking at me,
Is it...
I'll tell you in a minute.
No, is it verbal? Is it somatic?
It is verbal, somatic, and material, but that's why I'm gonna step to the side.
Okay.
She's not really focused on me anyway. She's focused on the like I'm not near her. I imagine she's near the corpse of the elk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and mumble to myself for a while. Don't mind me.
That's what I do. But it's up to you how you want to do that. It is verbal, somatic, and
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Are you gonna use your indoor voice?
15.
Rolls a
Eat
10. Yeah, she doesn't notice you.
Okay. I'll let the scene roleplay for a minute or so.
Hey, Grude, have you claimed this elk as yours?
Well, yeah, like this little guy here.
Oh, there you go then. I'm sorry, but it's already ours. You can't have it.
Give me either a persuasion or a charisma. Sorry, persuasion or intimidation. Intimidation.
14. Not, he's doing it in a, well, there we go. I can't do anything about it. And that kind of thing, and not really intimidation.
Them's
we
the
call
rules.
dibs. Yep, no takesies backsies.
She goes, that animal is too valuable to be left unharvested.
Well, then you should have shown up sooner and claimed it before we did. We're gonna harvest it, but we're gonna let it die naturally first.
After about a minute goes by, I have cast Phantom Steed.
Okay.
And I'm going to have the creature look like a giant elk, as we are similar to the one that we are looking at.
Okay.
Here, you know, maybe
Yeah, that's gonna escalate,
area.
de-escalate things.
in the woods nearby, and kind of like I'm hoping I can like get their attention, have it like bleat or whatever elks do, make an elk call.
It's more like that, like loud, like thumping noise of like just vibrations in their throat.
Yeah, just it makes like a horrible like just. I kind of imagine it just starts peeking from the dark woods nearby, like Mothman staring at them.
Her eyes turn to the It's in the woods, so it's probably not very clear. Like,
Yeah, because I want to keep it hidden enough because it technically has a saddle.
okay.
So I'm gonna make the saddle look like it's all mossy and whatnot.
Perhaps there is more than one. It's fresh.
That one looks to be an alpha. Stronger, better, faster.
Well, that makes it easier. We hold no claim to that one, so go have that. Go have that one instead.
Let's be more fresh. Give me a. She's kind of like eyeing the already dead one. And is the other one like just standing around, or is it moving away?
Majestically staring at you like a deer does, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like it's literally like, I can't get closer, but if they come to me, I'm going to start running. Kind of like, you know, have it feel natural.
She the temptation is a little too strong. She will hurry back to the undead wolf. Climb up on top of it. You go, hurry before it gets away.
I will use Mage Hand to kind of smack it on its ass so it runs.
Okay.
Because I don't have any way of communicating or telling what to do. So, but if it does have a speed of 100 feet, and can travel 10 miles an hour,
Just by
13 miles at a fast pace. So.
Just by walk.
It has basically 100-foot walk speed. Yeah.
Guess it is some speed. It's not an actual animal.
Yeah.
Direwolves are not nearly that fast.
Have them. That'll keep them busy.
Yeah, but she'll
I'm not gonna have it. So yeah, it'll hope. My hope is that it can just stay out of range.
Yeah.
I'll let you be like how much my conjuring of the steed can influence it, but that would be my intention.
Is there a limit to how far it can go?
Nope. It exists for an hour.
Okay, since
So
it
it ends
is,
if you use an action to dismiss it, or if the seed takes any damage.
yeah, she'll since it's misty and you're going back into the woods, you can kind of send it on a chase.
Yeah. That should keep them busy for hopefully a few minutes at the very least. Grude, if you had any last rites you wanted to do for this?
Is that what you were mumbling about?
Well
Indeed.
done, Vogelsuch. That's quite a way of avoiding fighting everyone. This is a new turn for you. That little girl is a good example on you.
I just realized
one
we're
day she too could, yeah.
we're probably not getting to Argynvostholt even.
Yeah,
this session.
we're not. Definitely not, are we, Joey? Are we?
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
Um,
I got to do cool, clever thing as a dumb, single-minded character. I'm happy.
but the raven clucks gratefully, and solemnly bows its head, as if showing respect. But his eyes focus back on the dying elk. In Grude, I imagine you're there, comforting it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Well, am I not like being touched or something? So it's like maybe the best thing to do is like staying away from it. Whatever. Like, I'll read the room.
Yeah, the raven doesn't protest when you kneel down. And it doesn't take hours for this thing to pass away. Not moments after the witch is driven away. His breathing slows, and his eyes slowly close, and he stops breathing.
Alright. Like I guess after like a moment of silence, I'll be like, "All right, everybody, it happened. He's gone."
Vogelsuch just bow his head slightly in understanding that Grude would want that kind of mournful respect. Or would appreciate it.
Yeah. We actually don't really want its parts though.
Perhaps. Or is it right next to the river? Did it like die in the riverbank?
Yeah, if we just
Yeah,
like
it was like half
put it down.
submerged. Yeah.
like
Push
I
it
was trying to
into
think
the
of
river.
like send it down the river type thing.
Light it on fire, send it down the river.
Yeah. Well, actually, that would not be a bad idea.
Funeral the elk.
Yeah, because it would protect it from
Being used for the witch. Anyone got any fire on them?
I've got a fire bolt.
No, not gonna work.
Stuff. I just like stuff it.
I
But like,
think
if Grude, could you ask if the raven's okay with that? Do you
Well, I
think
think it's a good idea. And then, like, with the Raven, like, what do you think? Because that lady might come back. Like, if we just burn it in a respectful way, then that means that it can never be used to make harm. Terrell?
I would wish for it to return to the earth, but
Think
rather
of-
be burned than be used in some vile concoction.
well, maybe if we push it further into the river, it
he,
can be reclaimed that way.
well, he says he doesn't mind, but he goes, well, I mean,
If we had the choice, it'd be best if it
remember,
just, like,
he's speaking
hey.
to Grude, not necessarily all
Yeah.
of you, but he goes,
Shoot, sorry.
I am not the master of this creature.
It's always good to get a second opinion. Or,
What's he say?
the only fire I think we have is that laser cannon, though.
Yeah, I do have a flamethrower.
You do have a flamethrower.
You do, yeah, that's true.
I do have some oil as well, if we need something.
As do I.
All right, so how are we
We're
feeling?
gonna okay, so everybody, we're gonna use your flamethrower, and we're just gonna make it so it's, I guess, any of you have oil on you, so that way we can make sure that it gets burnt really good, so it can't be used. So I guess like maybe I was like, I don't think I could dig a pit like big enough to make like a little fire thing, but I guess if it's away from the trees and stuff, it should be fine. Everything seems permanently damp here, anyways.
Yeah, you'll spend some time creating like a little pyre.
Yeah.
For the elk. Takes a lot of help for all of you to move it. I believe giant elk are huge creatures.
Can I pick them up? Because I'm an orc.
No, not quite.
Isn't
Okay.
your strength awful though?
It is, but I have like this thing where I can pick up.
Double carrying capacity, probably.
Yeah.
But
I
still
think they're
probably take
large.
the 6 of us. Plus D's.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
Minerva's not really helping that much. I'm not sure about Vo.
But after some time, you do you light the pyre and burn the body, and the raven just stares into the flame. And then once the smoldering stops, he lets out a caw and flies away.
Well, I guess we did it, you know? Something that was unexpected along the way, but we did it.
It smells awful around here,
So you kind of maybe smell good if you like meat.
but it was like only for a bit. Anyways, let's go find this mass grave, put on their clothes, and then head over to Argynvostholt.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that.
Esmeralda goes, "Love a good grave robbing. I actually don't like that at all."
No, it's okay. He gave us permission. Remember, we're grave taking, not grave robbing.
I can't say I'm a fan. Digging up graves. Usually I'm killing the stuff that comes out of them.
Think of
Well,
it
maybe
like
you'll be able to
this.
do that too.
You are merely a grave robber accessory to grave robbing.
Oh, that makes it
not the
better.
robber itself.
That
Doesn't it?
makes it all better. So you proceed west from the peninsula, treading across soft, loamy soil and through tall, yellowed grasses that whisper against your boots. As you count your paces, because he would have told you paces, and I forgot to tell you, it's not long before a wide, gray-brown boulder emerges from the mist, its edges worn smooth from water and wind. It stands atop the grass. It stands alone atop the grassland, a silent sentinel amidst the fog. And you can see that there's a number. You can see evidence that that things have been buried here.
How long ago does it look like they were buried?
Well, it's been hundreds of years, but this is where you know they're located.
About
yeah.
Tuesday.
Because the thing that'd be interesting is thinking about that hundreds of years and then looking at Vogelsuch.
I don't feel I was buried. I am merely a scarecrow.
But you are a part of the same order, aren't you?
This is true. If I were killed mere hundreds of years ago, it's possible that my killer has also expired. Unless they're an elf.
Unless they are also hundreds, maybe even more years old.
Yes, like an elf.
You've already asked me. I said no.
Esmeralda, from her pack, takes out a very short shovel, but then speaks a command word, and it turns into a full-length shovel.
She's got a rod of shoveling?
Yep. Might have lied about never digging up grave before.
Maybe you should just dig the grave and not digged it up. Dug it up.
Digged it.
Big Doug.
Dig Dug. Dig Dug.
Uh,
Classic.
some things come back to life if you don't bury them.
Apparently some things come back to life even if you do bury them.
Yeah, I think somebody said life finds a way at some point, but don't think this was
Coming, galloping down the river bank towards us is the undead elk that is now on fire and has vengeance in its eyes.
Oh no!
Oh no, we're in a Kojima game.
Okay, so it's gonna take about... Who offers to dig? Because otherwise, Esmeralda
Grude's
do
gonna
it.
dig.
Esmeralda do it first. Okay, yeah. So you just kind of choose a spot. It takes about 30 minutes before you unearth anything. Roll me a d20.
Oh, it's a random table of like stuff we find digging.
Yeah.
11.
You find an old iron shield engraved with the sigil of the Order of the Silver Dragon. But it takes about a half hour to dig it all up. And then the rest of the armor is you see like bits of bones but no armor, just the shield.
Oh hey, we unearthed some Arcana.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Esmeralda goes, can't be here all day, so let's find what we need.
I'll hurry.
I'll do the next one then. And she begins digging.
While they're doing that, I'll take my mage hand and just start digging in another area, just because I don't need one, and I don't have a shovel, but I can at least dig with the mage hand.
Okay. Roll me a
The
d20.
one-time mold earth would be useful.
My God, yeah. Where's my
1 second. Let me just.
Undertaker?
Did I go? I don't think I did, but.
Just oh yeah. Because one thing is,
you find another shield. Vogel.
11 means shield.
Who else would like to take this one?
Esmeralda though just takes Esmeralda just finds a bunch of old bones.
well, Minerva's gonna try using science, and so she's gonna look at like the height of the little mounds and stuff like that, and try and find a place where it's just
She
like
pulls
this
out
looks
some
like it could
dynamite.
be. Yeah, so she's doing like trying to do an educated guess. I don't know how sound her logic is, but she is attempting to be like, well, if those two didn't work and they were that shape, maybe this one will be different.
Takes out a dowsing rod and uses her science to douse.
I just imagined her being of the old school version of archaeology and just pulls out some dynamite.
Shoot it with a cannon.
Roll me a d20.
What did I find, Joey?
More bones.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Booby trap.
Esmeralda, so about an hour has passed. Esmeralda goes, this has been almost a waste of time.
Almost.
Well, we need like 6 things. We only have 2.
Does
I
anybody else?
don't want to be
have
here all
any-
day.
Does anyone else have any digging tools?
Like, is it in Thieves' Tools? I always imagine Thieves' Tools is just a lockpick.
Yeah, no, there is a shovel as an item that you'd probably have to have. It might start some
Nope.
yeah, some backgrounds might start with it. You might be able to get through with like some sort of toolkit that might have a shovel in it, but definitely not thieves' tools.
I've got some soap and some perfume. We might need that afterwards.
You have soap?
Yeah, because I'm civilized.
Not even Minerva has soap. Now I think about it, she probably should have like soap. But yeah, so but really, like Esmeralda's onto something. We are going nowhere slowly, and it'd be better if we went nowhere fast. So what else can we do to help dig these things up?
Trying to find I don't have a lot of utility spells. What was in the scrolls that we got that you mentioned at the start of the game?
Mirror
Okay,
image
so,
and remove curse.
Yeah, it's not gonna help. Otherwise, keep digging.
How does
Yeah.
Thunderwave sound?
That's just
Very
noise.
loud.
Yeah, it's not going to disturb Earth.
No,
I was
it's
hoping
I
to
mean,
push the Earth back 10 feet.
Is it
Yeah,
possible that spike growth, like it would pop up and then maybe some armor would pop up? Or is it just right on top?
Right on top.
Thunderwave might move if you targeted the dirt. You could probably argue to Joey that
If you want to cast Thunderwave, I'll let you roll three times.
I'm going to I guess I haven't cast Thunderwave before. I'm gonna, for the flavor, just say that it's the I know it's not actually mechanically the canon thing, but I'm gonna say like, oh, I have a little add-on thing, and it like is just a loudspeaker at that point. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna try. So I just roll 3 Thunderwaves.
Just pops out a boombox from the back of it.
Oh no! roll three d20s.
3 d20s, okay.
We're just gonna 3 searches. 47.
Well,
No. 12, 19, and 16?
find another shield. A breastplate engraved with the sigil of the Order of the Silver Dragon. And a iron helm.
Look, we've got almost a full thing. With maybe half of one disguise.
Do the shields have the symbol too?
They all have the symbol on it, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody basically has one thing with the symbol on it.
Yeah, Irina goes, Vogel, your was it a pocket watch, I think?
Pendant.
Yeah, your pendant might be enough to convince them.
And, this.
We don't
Points
have...
himself.
Maybe we could strap the shields to our chests, and they might mistake it as armor.
Don't have full uniforms, but might be the best we can do. I hope nobody heard that bang.
What, you mean all 3 of those bangs?
Yeah. Remember, you only cast it once, so just take off one.
Okay, I thought it was like it cast it 3 times. Really quick.
No, it's like
No,
like a large area.
It's like a wide area, yeah. I'm not going to
Well-
use 3 spell slots.
Yeah.
But, as if on cue, a damp easterly wind stirs in the swirling fog, bringing with it the thick, rotting stench of death.
That's not good.
Vio, since I know you have a high passive perception,
I see all.
you notice several hunched silhouettes sulking towards the location. 2 from the east and 2 from the east and 2 from the west.
This may be all we need. We're being pincered right now.
Let us take flight then. We will make a hasty retreat.
Not fast enough.
No.
Yeah.
You sent your steed away.
It was gone after an hour. We didn't even get to the second grave before it was popped out of existence, if it survived that long.
5 emaciated humanoid creatures dressed in rags come hurtling from the fog, their bloodstained claws outstretched and yellowed, jagged teeth bared in desperate hunger. And roll for initiative as these ghouls arrive from my list.
Classic ghouls.
So I know this map is on an island, but imagine that is.
Oh, we don't know what's.
Oh,
There could be water on the other side of those trees.
See, it's got to be a big enough island. To
Yeah, I
have
guess
a
it's pretty
graveyard,
big. It's like
so-
100 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, it took up like one, maybe half of a hex on that thing.
Right, roll initiative.
Vogelsuch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess it's pretty big island. I thought it was like kind of small. But it's not.
panicking.
It's like Tom Sawyer's Island in Magic Kingdom. They have more than one health. What is this?
Yeah, let's not do that for undead. Let's do a rap battle. Sorry, just get it ready.
You know, in the time it took us to get these items, we probably could have forged it using Minerva's tools, but I think the authenticity is the importance.
So Grude, I clicked initiative, I think, as you were changing maps, and it said could not load. I got 9 for Grude.
Okay.
Did Minerva's go through?
25?
Yeah.
Scroll down on the third order.
Okay, I think that's it. Alright, Minerva, I'm going to say you have your cannon out. I'm not going to make you waste the spell slot for that.
And it was a flamethrower, so it is still a flamethrower.
Okay.
Flamethrower for an elk, flamethrower for the ghouls. So I am going to have that. I want a... Ooh, could they? It's a 15-foot.
Yeah,
I don't
15,
think
15 foot.
I'm trying to think of where.
Yeah, you've also got 15-foot movement.
Yeah, it's not wide enough to hit both of them. It's almost like somebody knew that.
I just did it at random.
Okay. Well, it's a good coincidence. I'm gonna move this.
Isn't it ready in action?
I don't think so. I think it just you shoot or you
I
walk.
think only the player. You can use Ray in action to command it, but it itself can't do it.
Okay.
Because it's just a weapon. It's not
Yeah. It's not alive. It's not like it has feelings or anything. Did you make your cannon sentient?
No, I didn't make an adorable dog or like a voiceless child or whatever.
Eldritch Cannon starts to cry, but it's a flamethrower, so it sizzles and nobody notices.
Or it just cries tears of gas and or flame. So from here it's going to make it. Oh my gosh, I just put it one short. So it has 15 movement speed as well. So it can't get there right away. No. But I am going to move away so we're not in a line. I'm gonna go behind the Eldritch Cannon, and I'm gonna use my Firebolt on
Yeah, it's not quite.
the ghoul in the top. Oh, that's cool. When did that happen?
Since we upgraded to jump gate.
What? Oh, I've only used it as a force cannon. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do Firebolt on the ghoul in the top.
Okay.
And believe I have a thing where I get to roll a D4 for added damage. Because it's my first attack with the.
It's only a D4.
Oh.
I think it's a D6, maybe even a D8.
Have I been? Oh yeah. So I have been shortchanging myself. It's definitely a D8. Thank you
Okay.
for. So I did 18 to hit,
18 hits.
and then I have an extra 4 for the damage. So I got 6 plus the 4 is 10 fire damage on the ghoul on the top.
All right.
And I believe that's the end of my turn.
Esmeralda's turn, which is a party member now, so you can't control them, but I'll do it for this first one. But she will take out her plus one rapier. Yep. We'll rush toward this ghoul. 12, 23. 23 hits. 9 piercing. Because now you see the great Esmeralda a day of Ver in action.
Well done.
I
Keep it
can't
up.
see you. I can't see you behind the bushes.
I'm just gonna rush up and attack the cannon. Using a cannon as cover, how
How cowardly.
cowardly.
I can just mend it. It's fine. It's not not like it has feelings.
Critical hit.
Oh dang.
So that's 11 slashing damage. And I'm pretty sure it's immune to being paralyzed, so we don't worry about that.
I think so.
So it's 11 damage. Vogel, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get right to it and rage. This is
Nobody punches the cannon.
This is a sacred place, not for the undead, other than myself. And let's see, rage. I will go up to this guy. Make 2 silvered scythe attacks.
Hit.
First one, 16 to hit.
It hits.
Ooh, nice 16 damage, slashing. Second one is probably also going to hit, 22. Oh, no, almost on the 11. 10 damage.
Slash this school cleanly in half.
Do a little cool little flip with the thing as I focus on the next one.
Yatta!
And I'll use the rest of my movements. 20, 25, 30. Oh, you don't do flanking, so... But I will get next to it, so it can't run away. And that's it.
Okay. Grude.
Alright. Probably gonna ready up my sorry form. Oh, actually, I'm gonna. Well, I might try summon beasts just for. Maybe not. Actually, looking at how many spell slots I've used up.
Doesn't seem to be a
Yeah,
huge
big
combat,
thing. I'm
yeah.
gonna use Thorn Whip.
Okay.
Let's see. Alright, so Thorn Whip on this one. $16?
16 hits.
6 piercing damage.
You pull it towards you.
No.
Okay.
Well, no. The Vogelsuch can stay with it. I think.
So
That's it? Yeah.
a sudden gale of wind roars in your ear, the fog swirling violently around you. A monstrous silhouette, taller than the trees of the savage woods and the wingspan twice as wide, descends from the sky above. And so too does a gargantuan set of talons, emerging from the fog towards one of the ghouls, like the fingers of a vengeful deity. Before the ghoul can even react, claws large enough to pluck an elephant from the earth have lashed around it, lifting it effortlessly into the sky. A single shriek bursts from the ghoul's throat, and then the shadowed behemoth is gone, vanishing into the foggy abyss overhead. So a gigantic claw attached to an enormous winged creature just plucked the ghoul in front of Minerva out of thin air in the mist.
So you're saying it's essentially a flying mountain just grabbed that ghoul.
Yeah. And you hear an eagle screech as it flies away.
It's not actually what eagles sound like. That's actually a red-tailed hawk.
Okay.
What was that?
Yeah, I'm pretty flabbergasted. I did not expect to see like something so big that I can't even see all of it.
She goes, we can worry about... Esmeralda goes, we can worry about that later.
What?
There's a ghoul in front of her. Attacks her. For a 7 will miss. Ghoul in front of Vogel will attack. Another 7 will miss.
Yep. I
Vio.
think they can hit his ooze.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go over and hit Minerva. Help Minerva.
Ah!
Long live the king.
You mean Esmeralda?
Yeah, that's what I said. 21 to the ghoul.
That hits.
Uh, 8.
8.
And one more. Unnatural 20.
It hits.
And 7. And if I remember right, I also get to do a booming blade, which, if it moves or runs away, gets some extra damage. But for the moment, it gets 1 extra thunder damage.
Is it Booming Blade only for... It's a cantrip that lets you attack once, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
okay.
So
You're
next to
thinking
that,
Yeah.
So,
at 2 strikes.
it's good before multi-attack. But... As Esmeralda's like fending off this this ghoul, you run from behind and do 2 quick stabs and fell the undead before she has a chance to do anything.
Thanks for distracting it.
I had that.
I didn't have anything else to attack.
Irina readies her crossbow to the ghoul attacking Vogel, but it suddenly gets to his knees and begins groveling.
That just makes it easy to hit.
Yeah, but it actually speaks to you. It goes, please, spare poor Nim.
I've not come across a well-spoken ghoul. Why should we spare you when you so wrongfully attacked us?
His eyes kind of eyes the other dead ghouls, and he goes, Nim can give you information. Very useful if you spare Nim's life. If you let me leave. With maybe
Can I make-
just a little nibble first. No nibble. Just a...
Can I make some sort of like check to see if this thing is actually undead, as it is begging for its life.
Give me a Arcana.
That's fair enough. 5. Yeah, no idea. 5.
5. Zombies can't talk, but this thing is obviously a little more than a zombie. What does everyone else do?
I don't know. How come? Yeah, dude, I'd love information. Professor Grude, they call me.
Esmeralda says, ghouls are still intelligent. Could be useful. If you promise not to bite us. She points her rapier towards it.
I myself have no meat on these bones. As I show him my straw arms. What information can you provide?
I'm reading over his information.
Hey, I wrote it all down in my journal.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I need to read my journal.
Minerva's gonna ask, like, just looking at Vogelsuch, she's like, did we ever figure out if you could get any form of, like, anthropy, like lycanthropy, or the other one with the bird?
I don't think we did, but that's probably the better. However,
Yeah, you
if we
seem
are
quite immune to...
I'll say if we are in a situation where one of us needs to be lycanthroped, I will be tribute.
But that's the thing, is I don't think you can be. There's no blood.
That's the benefit.
He goes,
Buys us time.
okay, yeah. Nim the ghoul goes, I can tell you what I remember. It's hard to remember, but I remember some.
Well, go on. We don't have eternity.
He says, the Dark Master, he claimed the stones as his own.
Which stone?
The circle of stones. The ones that the horned ones. The horned ones worshipped.
Those are the Druid dudes, remember?
Right.
He claims them, and now he claims them, and now the power is his.
The stones are the key to his power?
Because I only tell you what I know. I remember the day I drowned.
How long ago was that?
Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He just starts counting.
Stop there. Are you the one who killed me?
I can take a bite.
I don't think you can.
I remember living in Berez. The day the wave came.
The wave took you?
Can talk to Irina about, like, a history check about, like, was there ever a flooding or a tsunami?
She goes, as the story goes, Strahd destroyed Berez after they defied him. That's what Lady Wagner told us. That's why she's so compliant. She doesn't wish the same fate on Vallaki.
It is next to a big lake.
How long ago was that, Irina?
She goes, at least 100 years ago. She says there were stones by my home. It's as they shook as the wave came. But there were dark things in the water, so I didn't stay.
Didn't run fast enough, apparently.
No, Nim is so hungry. Can I just give one little bite? And she starts to walk towards the closest living person, which is Grude.
Grapple.
No, I guess my strength rolls are kind of bad, but it's gonna be like, hey, nope.
I will attempt
leave
to
it.
grapple, Joey.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Yeah, could you come up from behind them?
I'm athletic athletic.
I'm no longer raging, so it's normal roll.
It's best you do this. My athletics is 0.
16.
Yeah, you grab the arm. He goes, ah.
When we are done, you can eat the rest of your friends.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
There's 2 of them.
What if
and
I
they
tell you
won't
more?
fight.
What if I tell you more secrets?
You're not eating any of us. Not a nibble.
I don't even think we have anything honest to give, honestly.
But did you know the Dark Master has returned here?
We're going to dinner to his shortly.
Who is the Dark Master? What is his name?
Oh, the Dark Master. That's how I know him.
Have you heard of the name Strahd
She looks scared.
Is that the Dark Master?
Yeah, the Dark Master.
Dark Master is the precious.
I hid in the trees, watched him approach the stone circles, and each time he did, the earth trembled. There was a woman with her too, him too. The swamp woman, very stinky.
Baba Lysaga?
Yeah, her strange lights when they arrived. Can Dim go now?
You can partake on one of your friends and use the other for dessert.
Nasty. Meh. But do we?
Then leave and we won't kill you again.
Okay. Let me go, please.
Oh, yes. I ungrapple.
Okay.
Degrapple.
Runs away into the mist.
Attack of opportunity issue right now. She seemed pleasant.
Well, it's not her fault that she's a ghoul.
No, but they are probably going to try to attack us again.
Or somebody else. It's a hard line figuring out making the honorable decision, making this decision that will cause the least amount of harm.
That's why you only should have one goal in life. To find out who killed you.
So you have three shields, a breastplate, and a helmet. With
Third base.
Yes.
with your pendant, hopefully that's enough to convince them.
6. And I do have a disguise self I can use on myself.
Yeah, if you need to.
If need be.
Irina says.
I'm still good. Go ahead.
Irina goes, saying those circle of rocks must be the fanes that a caravan mentioned. He mentioned, and he said that Strahd took his power from the land. Those fanes are connected to the land.
This could be our...
Hey, Esmeralda, what the hell was in the air?
I'm glad you mentioned that. She's like looking up, kind of preparing.
Oh, it's still there. Just kidding.
She goes, that couldn't be what it is.
What do you guess?
I believe
Please
that's
tell me what you think it couldn't be. I'd like to know.
that looked like a rock, but much larger than I've ever seen. What else could be that big if not like an ancient dragon?
But it was definitely a bird.
Had large talons.
I think I've heard of them, but I just knew they were big birds. I don't really know anything about them.
She goes, I think we should get back to Argynvostholt.
Yeah.
What do you mean, back? This will be the first time we're going.
We walked past Vogelsuch.
I don't count that as visiting.
All right, we're finally going there. No more detours. Even if we see that those pillars they were talking about, we'll just walk straight past them. We'll blow them up later.
And we do have some time to do Argynvostholt after a break.
Yay.
Turn order.
You have about an hour.
We have arrived at Argynvostholt, and that's going to be end of today's session. And
We'll do at least.
I don't mind holding it off till next
No,
session if you need to
well,
prep stuff. Okay.
Do you want to start fresh there next week, or do you want to do a little bit there?
I wouldn't mind starting fresh next week. If everybody else still wants to play, I won't hold that back. Like, I don't want to end the game early if other people want to play.
our average end time is in 30 minutes anyway, so
Okay.
yeah, we wouldn't be losing too much.
Okay, so we'll
So
call it.
yeah, I
We'll,
slept in.
Yeah, we'll call it. We'll
Usually
have a
it's
good
fun.
old. Well, how about we just officially say that we have walked back to Argynvostholt?
We
and
are in
out
front of
at the gate.
Argynvost.
Yes, we are there. Yeah, there's no distractions. We
No
are
more
facing the
distractions.
gate. There we are.
We have activated a fast travel system.
Whoa, Romaia's there. She beat us there.
Maya, you've been here this whole time?
So you think?
God, I'm waiting for you.
Just an optical illusion.
So, high above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a weird words.
Fill it out.
Sepulchral. Sepulchral?
Type it in chat.
Yeah, I'm reading from a book.
Yeah, I couldn't parse the letters as you were saying it.
Yeah, I think it's like sepulture.
Yeah.
Or, let's see.
It's one of those
What
words
does
that I've
that
seen,
mean?
but yeah.
Sepulchral.
I'm gonna go look that up.
Oh, that is the state of being sepulture.
Explain
Thanks.
further.
Means gloomy.
Yeah. Sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones. Its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by a howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house stands silent, seeming like a fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. Perched atop a 10-foot wide, 10-foot tall cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked close to its body. The statue looks east, towards the mansion. Even though this picture is obviously not doing that. But you see the statue out in front.
Oh, that's cool.
My mind is now trying to remember which one is the one with a frill. I'm not gonna look it up because that would be cheating.
Do an Arcana roll.
Roll
Is that
for dragon.
Vaporeon?
Give me a quick, give me a Arcana nature check.
Usually
16?
for creatures, even if they're weird
Nature.
fantasy creatures, I generally do like nature or even survival. But yeah, sometimes it does go into the realm of like arcana or religion.
Yeah. Given
It's
the
a
name,
weird-
given the
weird
name
spot.
of the order, in your recollection about dragons, this is a statue of a silver dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when you say it like that, it was probably pretty obvious.
Did the music stop for you?
No, still playing.
Yeah, it's
I've
nice,
been
like-
having problems with built-in Roll20 music stopping.
so far so good.
Okay, but that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Okay,
You-
we managed
you know,
to
you-
avoid one fight, I think.
What you should have done, Joe, was have somebody come to the door as we enter, and they see Vogelsuch is like, "Hey, I know you, I killed you," and then fade to black.
Oh, now we're gonna wait a whole week to figure out what the hell just happened.
Now I'm gonna kill you again.
That's good. I am. Can we also say that we had a long, short rest?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because I am a, you know.
I don't think anyone got hit, but
Warlock.
it was short rest.
One
I'll
thing
get
I
my
just
spells-
realized,
get my
I didn't
spells
click
back.
long rest before we started, so I would have had 2 more spell slots in my. Not that I used them really, with,
Okay.
with 2 in my
Just
thing, but my wild shapes is used for the language.
take a long rest. I'll let you. Well, yeah, you use the wall shape.
No. Yep, that's.
Yeah, the guide suggests that someone inside the mansion tells you about the uniforms. But like, I don't want to have them go there and then leave.
Especially since it's been hyped up so much as being,
Ugh.
especially when you came to me and said, "Now don't get your hopes up because probably nothing's going to be there." But you know, it could be. It could be something there. It could blow the whole thing open.
Yeah, if we.
No, I'm super happy that I got to use Fine Steed creatively, or Phantom Steed.
How long is it? How long does it last? An hour?
An hour, so it was gone until it took damage, or until I dismissed as an action, or an hour.
Okay.
That's mainly such a bad spell then if it's only for an hour, because like you're trying to summon a like a travel a mount, and
Right.
you rarely ever travel for only an hour.
It would be a
True,
fast
but-
hour.
Yeah,
Can you take
but
a
I imagine you
Can you take a
it's
short?
not for long traveling. Go ahead.
Can you take a short rest when you're riding it since you're not actively doing anything?
That'd be up to you, but yeah, I would say that's like you're riding in a cart, same sort of thing.
You gotta do stuff with your legs.
It's a Phantom Steed. It's smart enough.
Oh, right, yeah, it's
Saddle.
probably a little bit more responsive then.
I almost considered not even mentioning the uniforms, but I figured, might as well give them the opportunity to not fight stuff if they don't need to.
Gave us a fun side trick.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Joey. It's good.
Thanks, Joey.
Yep.
Oh, we might
Thank you.
figure out a shotgun sometime.
Whee!
Whee! Kablamo!